Hey guys, long time no see. So I have a little story for you. It's kind of hilarious. You may or may not know I work in retail. I work at a sports store. I like it. It's a good time. I like sports. I like stores. Sometimes you get some interesting people in. Um, yeah, you know what? I'll just launch into the story. So I was doing my thing, minding my own business, helping out two different gentlemen with one punching bag. Um, Both of them were interested in said punching bag. One wanted a deal, one would have just taken the punching bag. So I went to the back just to make sure that I wasn't missing any and that they were actually all out. Um, and when I got back, there was a lady at the counter with skates sitting there. Normally we do skate sharpening, but our skate sharpener had one of his only days off this week. We have two guys who can sharpen skates. Both of them work almost every day, for the most part. And so they got a day off. Inconveniently, I guess, at the same day, but, so I go to this lady. I've had to do this all day long, so I'm like, hey, cool, no big deal. Like, hey, sorry, we don't have anyone who can do skates today. It's already 7:30. Store closes at 9. Which, that's still a lot of time, I guess. This lady starts raging on me and like yelling, "What? You don't have anybody in?" She didn't sound like this, but I'd imagine if we were in a cartoon, that's what she would sound like. It went kind of like this. She started throwing her skates into the bag. "This is such poor service. I drove all the way here from blah 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 just to get my skates sharpened." And she was like going on, and she started like yelling at me in front of these customers. So while she's doing this, the one guy who wanted a deal on the punching bag slipped off. Good choice for him. The other guy was just standing there with his family, observing the punching bag as this lady is going on and on and on. And it happens in retail. I get it. You're frustrated. You drove 20 minutes to get your skate sharpened, and there's no one in. But seriously, there's no one in here. This is poor service. Sorry, he's got a day off. I don't care. You're a sports store. Well, I, I'm sorry that it is inconvenient. So that's what I said. And she kept going on and on and on, and eventually she left. So I've been thinking about it, and there are a couple different things I could have done. I could have just been understanding and just let her walk away. I'm sorry. Uh, it happens. Sorry, this is an inconvenience. I hope that we can see you again sometime. I could have, too, been snappy with her, as most teens like to do in the retail business, and said something clever. I can't think of anything right now, but I will. Or I could have raged back. Because I think that probably would have solved the problem. But I didn't. This is what I did. And I almost started crying. And like tears welled in my eyes. And this woman turned around and she just walked away. She just took her skates and she left. And she left a teenage girl crying. And I was like, oh my god. So then, this kind gentleman, who I was helping with the punching bag, that was waiting, comes up to me and he's like, "Are you okay?" And then he goes, "I don't need the punching bag right now." And I was just like, "Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here for me in this time." Like, what? Why? I don't... Look, ma'am, if you're watching this for some reason, I don't hire people. I don't make the schedule. I don't own the company. I don't sharpen skates. I am a part-time sales associate doing the best I can in a job that's it's fairly challenging, and we're quite understaffed. So thank you for your consideration and patience. Just kidding. You didn't have any patience with me. Like, I almost cried. Like, quiver. My lip was quivering. Not like that. It wasn't quivering like that, but it was quivering, and I just it hurt. I've been working in retail for over a year now, and there have been customers that have been upset, but no one's really raged on me like that. And then this gentleman ends up buying a punching bag. Cool. So I'm carrying it up to the front, and as I'm doing that, one of our cashiers is coming to the back, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And I was like, "What? Yeah, I'm okay." And she's like, "That lady just came by," and I was like, "What does she say?" I didn't ask because I was like, didn't want to think about it because it would have brought up the tears again. Like, what? So if any of you guys ever decide to work retail, this kind gentleman gave me a word of advice. For customers like that, just say have a nice day. Because in your heart, you know that means go fuck yourself. So I think that's helpful. I think it's going to be helpful for me. And that'll be nice. So keep that in mind. And if there's any of you that have yelled at an employee enough to make them cry, shame on you. You need to calm down, because in the grand scheme of things, there are more important stuff to worry about than whether you can get your skate sharpened or not. And from a player's perspective, I probably would have wanted my skates sharpened prior to the day before the game, so that I didn't have any mishaps. But thank you, ma'am, for ruining my day. And I'm gonna hopefully make more videos. I finally got some good editing software, so I'm gonna play around with that, and that'll be good. And just thought I'd share that story with you. And I guess I'll end off with a crying face, since I don't really have any cool way to end my videos yet. So okay, bye.